Imagine a company so powerful, so respected, that it was once hailed as America's most innovative corporation. A company worth billions, with executives living lavish lifestyles, and investors pouring their life savings into its stock. But behind the glittering facade lay a web of lies, deceit, and corruption so vast that it would lead to one of the biggest corporate scandals in history. This is the story of Enron, a tale of greed, fraud, and the ultimate collapse of a corporate empire. Buckle up, because this is one financial scandal you won't believe. In the late 1990s, Enron was the darling of Wall Street. Founded in 1985, this Houston-based energy company started as a modest natural gas provider. But under the leadership of CEO Jeffrey Skilling and Chairman Kenneth Lay, Enron transformed into a global powerhouse. They pioneered the trading of energy commodities, and their stock price soared. At its peak, Enron was valued at over $70 billion, and its executives were treated like rock stars. But here's the thing: Enron's success wasn't built on solid ground. It was built on smoke and mirrors. The company used complex accounting tricks to hide its debts and inflate its profits. They created offshore entities, known as special purpose vehicles, SPVs, to keep billions in debt off their balance sheets. To the outside world, Enron looked unstoppable. But behind closed doors, the cracks were starting to show. In 2001, things started to unravel. A few skeptical analysts and journalists began to question Enron's financial statements. One of them was Fortune magazine's Bethany McLean, who famously asked, "How exactly does Enron make its money?" Her article sent shockwaves through the financial world, but Enron's executives dismissed her concerns, calling her uninformed. Meanwhile, inside the company, employees were starting to panic. Enron's stock price began to plummet, and executives were quietly selling off their shares. But the real bombshell came when Sharon Watkins, an Enron vice president, wrote an anonymous letter to CEO Kenneth Lay, warning him of the impending disaster. She called the accounting practices an elaborate hoax. But instead of addressing the issue, Enron doubled down on its deception. In October 2001, Enron dropped a bombshell. The company announced a $618 million loss, $1.2 billion reduction in shareholder equity. Investors were stunned. The stock price, which had been trading at over 90 a share just a year earlier, plummeted to less than 1. Enron filed for bankruptcy in December 2001, wiping out billions of dollars in investments and leaving thousands of employees jobless and without their retirement savings. But the fallout didn't end there. The scandal exposed a massive failure in corporate governance, auditing, and regulation. Enron's accounting firm, Arthur Andersen, was found guilty of shredding documents to cover up the fraud. The scandal led to the creation of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, which imposed stricter regulations on corporations. And as for Enron's executives? Jeffrey Skilling and Kenneth Lay were both convicted of fraud and conspiracy. Lay died before serving his sentence, but Skilling spent over a decade in prison. The Enron scandal is a cautionary tale of greed, corruption, and the dangers of unchecked corporate power. It's a reminder that when companies prioritize profits over people, the consequences can be devastating. But it's also a story of courage, of whistleblowers like Sharon Watkins and journalists like Bethany McLean, who risked everything to expose the truth. So, what do you think? Could something like this happen again? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this story shocking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest financial scandals in history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.